Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for serving this week and for watching this video to prepare to lead your small group. This Sunday, we will be continuing our monthly theme, High Wire, where we will learn that trust is putting your confidence in someone you can depend on. We will be instilling the truth that we can trust God no matter what. And in our Bible story from Genesis, we will learn about how we can trust that God has a plan. And our memory verse this month is, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Proverbs 3:5. For your first opening activities, the kids will get to see how high they can jump in the air. Have them guess how high they think they can jump and cut off a piece of the yarn that is that high. Then hold the yarn up and see how close they get to jumping that as high as they thought they could. Tell them they get 3 tries. Then you can adjust the yarn to the actual height that they were able to jump and see if there's anyone else in their group that can jump the same height as them. You can also try this activity with a jumping forward and see who can go the longest jump forward. Then for your next opening activity, give each kid some Play-Doh and one of these activity pages. With the Play-Doh and the activity page, you're going to help them follow, starting with step 1 all the way down the steps to see if they can make this bear with their Play-Doh. Make sure they understand they're going to have to use lots of different components, so their first initial big ball of Play-Doh shouldn't be so big that they have nothing left to use for the rest of it. So just with their 1 can of Play-Doh, so we're not mixing colors of Play-Doh, they're going to keep whatever color was in their can. Then you're going to help them follow the steps to create the bear and show off their bears to everyone in their group to see how closely all these different bears match. In today's Bible story, they're going to hear about someone who trusted God's plan, even though they didn't know everything God would do. Then after large group, have the kids make a wide circle around you, about 7 steps away. And then have the kids take a step forward into the circle each time you pause your echo prayer. So you're going to, and while they're repeating, they're going to step forward. So you say the first part of the echo prayer and it's on your leader guide. Then the kids repeat that echo and take a step forward. Then you say the next phrase, they repeat it, take another step forward until you're all into a closed circle with each other to finish out your prayer. Next, show the group the pictures of Isaac, Jacob, and Rebecca and Esau. They're in your packet. Show them the pictures and have them see if they can remember a part of the Bible story with each of these characters. Put the pictures then in 4 different places in the room and let the kids know that you're going to read some statements about the characters from the Bible story. They will guess who it is you're talking about by moving quickly to that picture, whether it's Isaac or Jacob or Rebecca or Esau. Then you'll go through all of the statements that are there in your leader guide. And then you're going to use the What You Say section on your leader guide to tie in the Bible story to your message today, that you can trust that God has a plan and that they are a part of God's big plan too. For the next activity, you're going to have the kids look up Proverbs 3:5. Stop to talk about what the word trust means, that it's putting your confidence in someone you can depend on. Use the fiery hula hoops to make a course, like a ropes course, for them to go through, whether some of the hoops are laying flat on the floor or you're holding some of them a little bit off the ground. You're going to have them go through each of the hoops as they're saying the parts of the memory verse listed on your leader guide. So they might say, trust in the Lord as they jump into the first hoop. With all your heart as they leap through the second hoop. Do not depend. And they're going to go through 5 hoops saying all of their memory verse. Then you can tell them, guys, we got to move faster. These hoops are on fire so they don't get burned. And see how quick they can go through all 5 hoops saying their memory verse. Wrap up your activity then by reminding the children that just as they were safely guided through the obstacle course of fiery hoops, because you can use your junior leaders to show them, this is how we're going to do it, guys. And they can go through the obstacle course practicing saying the memory verse first. God is always going to help guide you as you learn more about how to follow Jesus, just like those junior leaders helped guide you through the obstacle course before you did it. Finally, have 2 taped lines on the floor to build a large bridge with 1 set of high wire critters. So there's these little animals that are standing on high wires in your bags. You're going to spread these out, tape these on the floor in between those two bridge lines, just in random spots throughout the bridge. Then you're going to have the kids tell them, go stand and spread out on the bridge, and have them pick a spot. And then you're going to tape more of these high wire cards to each kid. But as you're going by and taping one of the cards to the kid, make sure it's not the same one that they are standing closest to, because we want them to have to move in just a moment. So once each kid has a card taped on them, you're going to let the kids know that they must work together to come up with a plan for each kid to get to the correct card that matches their shirt on the bridge without stepping off the bridge. So thinking ahead when you're making your bridge, you want to make sure it's wide enough that a kid could widthwise stand there, but not so wide that it makes it easy for another kid to go by. We want to get them to think and work how to work together on this and make solutions. So wrap up your activity then once you're done, once they reach their animal, by telling them that sometimes our plans work and sometimes our plans don't work. But we can trust that God's plans are always good because God is good. Draw them closer by telling them about a time when you made plans and they fell through and you were disappointed, but you trusted God's bigger plan. What did you do to show that you trusted God, and how did God help you through that? Have those conversations with them. Well, that wraps up our Sunday together. Text Timmy the keyword plan if you've watched this video to prepare to lead your small group Sunday in discovering that we can trust that God has a plan for all of us. Thanks again, leaders, for serving with us, and have a blessed week.